Hello and welcome everyone, Andy Bryan here from the Soul Pathway, and today within this video I wanted to speak with you about the process of letting go and how we can begin to do that within our lives, because I know through certain experiences and situations in my life that when I've gone through these situations, often people have come to me and said, Andy, just let go and everything will be all right. But upon reflection, looking at those situations and experiences, I come to realize that it's not just as simple as letting go. There is actually a process that we have to undertake in order to truly let go of a situation within our lives. And within this video, I wanted to speak with you about how we can begin to let go so that we can move on and allow the universe to provide us what it is that we need in order to move forward with grace and ease. I'm really excited about sharing this video with you today, as I've come across some interesting insights, as always, that I wanted to share with you with regards to letting go. So what is this process? How can we begin to understand it? Well, from my perspective, what it is that we're trying to do is we're actually trying to release ourselves from attachments, because we go through many situations in our lives and we become attached to them. We become attached to the outcome. We become attached to what we truly desire and want. And through this attachment, we feel like we have become shackled. Our emotions have become tangled within these situations and experiences. And often we can feel this overwhelm, whether it's losing somebody, whether it's finding ourselves in a situation where we truly love someone and we need to let them go from our lives in order for them to move on in the way that we desire and want it for them, and also so that we can truly let go and free ourselves from these emotional attachments that we've become attached to. So how do we begin to do that? First of all, I would say it's important and essential to understand what the attachment is that has come into our lives, whether that is through business, whether that is through our personal lives, or whether it's through our relationships. We need to understand what this attachment that we have come to connect with so deeply. And often we can relate to it in business, and I can relate to this in business myself, that I've become so attached to a project that I truly love this project, but it's really not serving me or those people I want to assist in their lives. And so I've needed to release and let go from that. So what I begin to do is I look at the situation, I look at what is showing up for me and the conditions I've placed on this outcome. And then I start to realize how can I better serve my needs in these moments so that I don't feel attached to these outcomes or to this certain project. And then I can begin to allow myself to release from it. And that is, again, that process. But we've got to notice and understand, first of all, that attachment and how it is showing up for us in our lives. Because once we can understand that, we can understand the conditions that we are placing upon that. And again, this can show up in our relationships as well, where, we desire a certain outcome or result, and, it's not going where we want it to go. And so we, feel emotionally overwhelmed. We don't know what to do. We don't know where to go. But yet what we really need to do is notice what attachment we're placing on the person that we want to, connect with, and release ourselves from that, so that we can not only allow ourselves to be free, but also allow the other people to be free in those moments at the same time. And for me, that is essential, because when it comes to love, it's important to set your love free. For if it's true love, it will come back to you, you know. But, freedom in love is also essential anyway, because we want to allow everybody that we connect with in our lives to be free to choose whatever is right and in alignment with who they are as individuals. And if we are placing attachments, and placing our own outcomes and beliefs on a situation, then that isn't freedom at all. That is just placing our beliefs upon to someone else and projecting that upon to them as well. So again, we need to understand that. But for me, it's not about letting go. What it is really about is more so about learning and understanding the attachment so we can release ourselves from it. And I talk about the ego, the self, and the shadow. And the ego are the conditions that we are that have shaped who we are. And in this situation, it's the conditions that we're placing upon a situation or experience within our lives. So we need to understand those ego conditions. And if we feel ourselves really and truly emotionally overwhelmed and connected to these experiences, these might also be, experiences held within the shadow, or emotions held within the shadow. So these can be some unresolved traumas. So in order to release ourselves from these situations or truly let go, what we need to allow ourselves to do is connect with the truth of what it is that we are experiencing. And that is often about delving deep in the shadow to learn and understand what emotions are present within that and what it is that we need to understand from that. And this can go back to, childhood trauma, childhood situations that we need to understand and release in order to be free from emotions ourselves. So that is a process of letting go of any of the past situations and experiences within our lives. So there is a lot I can speak about here, but for me it's learning and understanding those attachments and allowing ourselves to be free within that. And as we go about doing that, and we look inwardly and we connect with our shadow, I do believe it's then essential to connect not only with that shadow, but what we want to do is we want to meditate upon that. Because if we look at our conditioned self is coming from a place of ego, which is very much our conscious mind and our conscious programming. And when we're in our conscious programming and in our conscious mind, we can't truly understand the situations and experiences within our lives. So what we need to do is we need to access our unconscious, because our unconscious is where all of the information is stored. So letting go is all about, doing those meditations, even processes of hypnosis. I love talking about hypnosis because hypnosis for me is gaining a deeper level of understanding of your unconscious and the experiences within our own lives. And you can use self-hypnosis audio tapes that work really well to delve deep and allow ourselves to release. But, another important thing about letting go for me is all about being present as well. And knowing that in these moments at which we're trying to release and trying to move on, what we need to do in these moments is just be present in who we are. I remember an incredible quote from it was from Kung Fu Panda actually, The best thing about the past is that it's over. The great thing about the future is that it's yet to come. But the most important thing about now is that it's a gift, and we are in the present. And I think that's absolutely beautiful, because understanding that the present moment is a gift and looking upon the experiences that we're going through as that gift of understanding ourselves and who we are really truly allows ourselves to release, let go, and move forward in the best possible way that serves us. But as we're looking at attachments and we're learning to detach from the conditions that we placed upon that, what we can then also do is look within our soul and ask what it is that is calling within our soul. Because in many ways, our egoic self, our conditioned self, is very much where we are clouded with our judgment. We don't know where we're going, we don't know what we're doing in times, because we're placing our conditioned mindset on situations and we're not allowing things to evolve naturally. Yet if we look within our soul has all the answers we need in each and every moment. So look within your soul, feel, and then the answers will come to you. But then what you can do is, as you've looked within your soul, you can then set goals and outcomes again to what it is that you truly desire and want in your life. But first of all, it starts from looking within yourself. And letting go can be a process of much more grace and ease than it once was before. So I'll go through those things once more. The process of letting go for me is, first of all, understanding the attachments that we've placed on a situation or experience within our lives, looking at those egoic conditions, and even go within ourself to discover what the shadow is showing us. Because our shadow is our suppressed emotions and experiences that we can learn to release from and understand in those moments. Because that is all about integration. We're integrating our ego, ourself, and our shadow. Then once we've gone about doing that, we can then look within ourselves and connect with our soul and start to identify what our soul is calling within us. So then we can move forward with that grace and ease, and we can set goals and outcomes that are in alignment with who we truly are. I hope you found that to be valuable and useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below this video, and I'm always happy to support you. I do have mentoring and coaching programs where I can help you connect with your true self and your soul pathway. I also have a soul pathway clarity call, which is a free call to learn and understand, your soul pathway and the process you're going through. You can always connect with those sessions on my website, which is www.awakenyoursoulpathway.com. And I have sessions available each and every week. If you have any more questions or comments, please leave them below this video. And I wish you all the best on your journey and pathway as you connect with your true self and as you awaken to who you truly are. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.